Are you new to houseplants but want a beginner plant? Well, avoid these three quote-unquote beginner plants at all costs. The first quote-unquote beginner plant you should avoid if you're new are Calatheas like this. And I know, they're pretty, they're unique, they move. But don't even think about getting these if you're new to houseplants, because all they're going to do is just disappoint you. Why exactly are these plants bad for beginners, you may ask? Well, for starters, they don't like the chemicals in tap water such as chlorine, fluoride, etc. And on top of that, they just need a lot of humidity, which most homes don't have. If you do want the feel of having a Calathea in your home, try a Maranta instead. They are in the same family and still picky about water, but they're less fussy about humidity and other conditions. The next quote-unquote beginner plant I don't recommend for beginner houseplant parents are Nepenthes. I know I might cause some controversy by saying this, but Nepenthes aren't usually good beginner plants, unless you did your research first. Which is ironic because the Nepenthes was actually my first plant 4 years ago, and I still have it. Unless you have a focus on carnivorous plants, these probably won't succeed as a good houseplant long term. Although it may be tempting because they're huge, colorful pictures, don't get it unless you're really focused on carnivorous plants or have done your research. Like Calathea, they do not like tap water, and they like humidity. If you are into houseplants and really want that special carnivorous plant, try getting this Cape Sundew instead. Although, like Nepenthe, it is still somewhat fussy about what water it gets, it is a lot easier to care for and isn't as fussy about things like humidity. The final beginner plant on my list, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for saying this, are fiddly figs. Wait, before you type a mean, nasty comment down below, hear me out. Although you may see these plants everywhere from malls to garden centers to influencer houses on Instagram, these plants are not a good beginner plant because they are really sensitive to incongruent watering as well as humidity and light. Let's start with the fact that they need a lot of bright light, which a lot of homes don't have. So if you're living in some dark home, this plant is not going to succeed for you no matter what you do, unless you get a large grow light, that is. For second, these plants get Odemia really easily, which is caused by incongruent watering. You're going to have this plant on a really thick schedule or else it is going to suffer and look ugly. And for third, they just lose their leaves really easily, just like mine right here, as you can see. Although it has some new growth going on at the base, it is still not doing that good, and I still would recommend against this plant for beginners. Instead, if you really want that cool ficus tree in your house, try getting a Ficus elastica. Not only are they a lot more water tolerant, but they're somewhat easier to care for and can take less light. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on TikTok and Instagram, linked below.